Another El Clasico that will go down in the history books as one of the most entertaining games. Once more, Cristiano Ronaldo is on the score sheet for Real Madrid, which was not enough to shut out Barcelona, who would win 2-1 with a Luis Suarez exquisite finish past Casillas to make it 2-1, and they would hold out to the end. So I'm going to break it down for you a little bit. The goals will be in the description below. Make sure to check that out here on TYT Sports. But I'm going to talk to you about the first half. Real Madrid fans, if you're watching, I would not be thoroughly upset. Of course, the result means that you're going to drift 4 points behind Barcelona, who now look like they will go on. For me, I don't know if they'll go on and win the La Liga at the moment, but I think that Real Madrid needed something to lift their hopes, because the performance against like the likes of Schalke, fair enough, they had a good result the week later in the La Liga. They needed something to believe that their team had not completely hit the self-destruct button, and I think this was a great performance for Real Madrid. I think their transitioning from defensive to attacking movement was some of the best I've ever seen. That being said, Barcelona were also good at shutting Real Madrid down, at also finding space. It could have been 3 or 4-1 to be honest towards the end, because Real Madrid then decided to just push everything forward, leave a lot of gaps, and if Suarez and Neymar's finishing was a little bit more on point, it would have been definitely a worse result. But saying that, Real Madrid had some chances as well, and I think that overall it was a great game to watch from a neutral perspective. This is why I say that football is the best sport in the world, because if you disagree, you have to watch El Clasico. You have to watch these two teams, bitter rivals, all shaking hands in the tunnel beforehand, but as soon as they get out onto that field, they're warriors that despise each other and want nothing more than to beat their opponent, and that's what's great about it. So the game started off, Barcelona definitely had a couple of chances, and Real Madrid had the most open chance. Ronaldo hitting the bar from a beautiful Benzema ball into the back post. I think he should have done a little bit better. An awkward height, couldn't get over it, scraped up the other side of the bar, and Bravo watched it go over. Then Barcelona threatening again because of Real Madrid, which I emphasise on tactics, poor from cross balls. Once again, a beautiful ball in from Lionel Messi, and Mathieu would rise up. He's a good defender, Mathieu, good in the air, and he piles it into the back of the net. I thought it was a little bit against the run of play. I thought that Real Madrid had a little bit more control of the ball. I did like Modric and Toni Kroos in the middle. Isco, for me, I said at the start of the season, is a great player. He was a ghost in this game. This is why I said that if you had Illarramendi in there when I predicted the team that I would have for Real Madrid, it would allow for Modric and Kroos to go forward, but they didn't have that, and Isco for me did not link up play quick enough. I think that he's a great player. Him and Gareth Bale at the moment just look a little bit out of sorts for me. Ronaldo had a good first half. I think he did what he had to do with the ball. The fans definitely got on his back, but he did what he had to do, and it was a fantastic equaliser. Great counter-attack from Real Madrid. Benzema with just an intricate, delightful, delicious back heel to Ronaldo oncoming, who would just slot it home and do his usual calm down celebration. But then it was Real Madrid that had to calm down a little bit, because I suspected that Pepe would be sent off. I tweeted out that Pepe versus Suarez is the new Mayweather-Pacquiao battle. I would love to watch that game. Both of them being a little bit too elaborate with the way they were trying to get the other cautioned. I don't like seeing that as much, but it was a great rivalry, especially Carvajal and Neymar as well. Two players battling it out throughout the game. It was just a good game to watch. I thought that Marcelo was very impressive. I felt Iniesta looked a little bit more to his best. I think that Suarez was hands down. Between Suarez and Piqué, maybe man of the match. I think Piqué was outstanding. I think I would give him man of the match. But Suarez for his finish, the ball over the top, his first touch, it's just godly, into his path, and he just puts it into the bottom corner. I tweeted that Casillas was a little bit out of position, and I watched it back, and I think he was. I think he got a little too excited coming off his line. I think if he gave himself a little 2-3 yards back, he could have maybe shifted his body to get down and save it. And I think that at the other end, Bravo did not overanalyze the shot that was coming in him. He decided to stay on his line, and the deflected Benzema shot, which probably would have sent Casillas the other way, he managed to counteract that and touched it round the post, and that was a world-class save. But as I said, I tweeted out that Casillas did not have the ability to do that anymore, and then what does he do? 3 or 4 times, pulls out great saves towards the end to keep the score at 2-1 instead of 3 or 4-1, which it could have easily been towards the end. But to wrap up the performance as a whole, from a neutral perspective, I just cannot imagine a better spectacle for football. I love the rivalries around the world. I love Manchester United versus Liverpool today was a great game. I'm waiting for Celtic and Rangers to happen again, but this rivalry is why the La Liga at the moment, in quality wise, is the best league in the world, because this rivalry, there's nothing like it. There's not a game in the world that you can have Benzema, Bale and Ronaldo leading an attack against Suarez, Messi and Neymar. And I have to talk a little bit about Lionel Messi. He still has his moments of brilliance. He still gets an assist even though he wasn't playing as well. I think Real Madrid did a good job of crowding him out very quick. Marcelo particularly was on top of him whenever he got the ball on his side, and I think they did that pretty well, considering that they're playing against one of the most gifted footballers to have ever donned a pair of football boots. But he only needs that one wave of the wand. The ball in the box, intricate, right on top of Matias' head, and that's all he has to do to influence it. But I think that he could have been a little bit better in the second half, but that's why you've got depth like Luis Suarez, who can just, in a moment of brilliance again, put the ball into the opposite corner, an exquisite finish. And Real Madrid were a little lucky towards the end that it didn't get worse. But again, heads up to Real Madrid. I think they can keep their head up. They can take a lot of pride from this performance, being in the Nou Camp, considering they're not in a hot run of form. And if they don't hit the self-destruct button after this, I still think there's something there to be played for. There's still the Champions League, and there's still the gap. It's only 4 points. Whether this Barcelona team will drop points, I don't know. We want to know what you guys think. Leave your comments in the section below. Be sure to subscribe to TYT Sports and check out all of our other El Clasico analysis that we had. We had Messi versus Ronaldo stats. We had Messi